Hey guys, it's Sean here, and in this video, we're going to start our very first Microsoft Ads campaign. Now, there's going to be a lot of training on this in the coming weeks, all right? So this is going to be the very basics of it. You should be excited. Traffic's starting, and commissions will start rolling in. However, I want to preface this with saying that, Rome wasn't built in a day, and to pay attention week by week, module by module, as we learn more about the ads and we optimize and we optimize and we optimize. Okay. So exciting times getting started. I would recommend that you start with like no more than like $50 a day as you're getting going. Even when I start new ads and I spend millions a year, I never start an ad at more than like $200 a day. Because if, you set something up in the morning, you go for lunch, all of a sudden, if I'm at $1,000 a day and I spend $1,000 to make 100, that's not very good. So when you're testing, you want to start out small and then scale from there. Okay. So I'm over in my Microsoft account. I'm going to click on campaigns, create. Okay. And the goal of this campaign is going to be conversions to the website. I know you have a dollar sign there, but we're actually going to be tracking leads. We want to select search ads. All right. We're going to click next. And then campaign name. Again, I like to just name it after the funnel that I'm doing. So we got rent to own funnel. Okay. Individual budget. I'm a little bit more aggressive. I'll do $50 a day. You can do $5 a day, guys. Anything less than 5, you're going to watch paint dry. Okay. But, anywhere from 5, no more than 50 to start. As you start learning, you can go up to $100, $200 a day. You can be a little bit more aggressive. Actually, at scale, you can go super, super fast. Like I have campaigns that are spending thousands and thousands a day, but at the start, I never recommend going over 200, and anywhere from 5 to 50 is more than reasonable. Okay. Now, this is where you set the locations. I get lots of people asking me the question. If you want to run an offer to the United Kingdom, for example, it says, let me choose my locations. You would search here and you would click, type in United Kingdom. Okay. Click enter, and then you would target the United Kingdom. I'm going to run an offer to the United States. I'm going to type that in. I'm going to target people in the United States. And I'm only going to look for people that are in my location. I don't want people that are searching or viewing, because these could be people outside of America. I only want to target people in America. Again, if you have a CPA offer that's available in Canada or UK or Australia, you would set your locations right here in the let me choose specific locations area. Okay. Language, I'm just going to select English. There are, hint, hint, there are offers all over the world. If you're in India, for example, you can select your language there. Okay, it might make sense, and you can write an ad in that language as well. Show disclaimer in ads, you can read what that is. Shows disclaimers that require caveats for other legal reasons. You don't need to do that unless you're running something very, very weird. And then enable dynamic search ads, okay? I personally don't like these, okay? I rather have a little bit more control over my ads, so we're going to leave that off. Okay, we're going to save and go to the next step. And then you don't actually need to add in your website URL. What we're going to do here right now, we're going to get more into ad groups and keywords, okay, is we are going to just call this, 10 test keywords, okay? Because all I want you to do is find 5 to 10 keywords based on the keyword planner video and enter them in here, okay? So I'm going to type in like rent to own homes, houses to rent to own, homes for rent in my area. Again, just pretend I did the keyword planner video and I found 10. I'm just going to make up 10. Here we go. Rentals near me. This is also not bad. Here we go. Rentals near me. Rental homes near me. Okay, we can add that to the ad group. I like doing it like this. Add to these ad groups. 10 tests. This is a good way to just add the suggestions here. Then we got ones we can check out here. Houses for rent. HUD houses for rent. Houses for rent. Low rent houses. Select 2 more. Houses for rent. Private landlords. And let's go with local houses rent. Again, pretend I watched the video on how to find keywords. I'm just doing this for example purposes and to get 10 keywords in here fast. Okay. Now we want to make these phrase match keywords. So we're going to add quotation marks around all of them. Okay. That's how you create a phrase match. A broad match is with nothing. And I'll show you what an exact match keyword looks like in a second here when I'm done with these quotations. All right. And if I want to do exact match, it's square brackets. So this is an exact match. Okay, we're not going to do that right now, But that's how you would create an exact match, is these square brackets around it. Okay. Go ahead and add. And we're going to use responsive search ads. Okay. Google doesn't even allow you to do expanded text ads anymore. And I was really concerned about it because an expanded text ad says, I want my ad to say this exact thing. A responsive search ad says, Sean, I want you to put in like 10 headlines and multiple descriptions. Okay. And from there, we're going to decide which one wins. And I was a little worried about that because I like having control over my ads. But at the end of the day, okay, I've seen really good results. I've seen higher click-through rates. I've seen just better results in general, okay? So we're gonna go here and we're gonna type in responsive search ad. Our final URL is going to be the URL of the very first step of our three-step funnel. So mine was RTO step 1. So I'm gonna grab that URL right there. I'm gonna paste that there. And then I'm gonna grab some headlines here, okay? You can even put some of the recommended headlines, but I'm gonna have a video in coming weeks and modules about how to craft really good ads. At the end of the day, because it's dynamic, the creativity that you need to have good performance has definitely gone down. Words like the year, 2023, or free, or cheap, or start now, get access, like buzzwords like that usually do well. So we can actually just enter in some recommended ones that they have. You only get 30 characters. So we could just say like cheap rent to own homes, rent to own homes near me. Don't overthink it, guys. Just try to come up with like 10 of them, okay? View rent to own home listings, 2023, best rent to own homes, okay? Best is a good one. Free rent to own home guide. And let's just keep going here. Looking houses to rent. And you'll see here the ad strength. By the way, this actually doesn't matter. If you actually go to Google or Microsoft's policies, they'll say it doesn't matter. But it is kind of best practice to at least get to a good. Don't struggle if you don't, because I've had many ads that crush it on average and even poor, okay? So I find that if you add 10 headlines and you have 2 descriptions, you can usually get a good, okay? It also helps having the keywords you have started to bid on in here as well. So I know we had one that was, there you go, rent own properties. You can just start using some of the suggestions here too. Like, don't overthink it, okay? And homes rent owner, okay? So we have a whole bunch of headlines here. Microsoft is going to determine which ones win. Looking for houses rent, click here. Perfect. Look at that. Rent own properties. View now. There you go. And so on. Okay. Home rent owner in your area. Perfect. Okay. Try to get as many characters as you can. You get 30 and try to fill them out as much as you possibly can. Don't worry about the path or anything else. Try to find 2 descriptions. Don't worry about the mobile URL or add URL options. None of that stuff is important right now. You get 90 characters. Can you see why this is like the easiest ad ever? You just have to create a bunch of headlines that, you know, Bing is going to optimize through anyways, and a bunch of descriptions. Homes available in your area. I don't know why. Insert your text here. That's hilarious. Okay, that's hilarious. Homes available in your area. Now I'm going to say this. Cheap homes available in your area. Click here to get access to our free listings. Okay. 2023 best rent to own homes. We could even say like 100% pet friendly, bad credit, okay. Click here now. All right. Just don't even overthink it. You're just give some features. Try to have a call to action at the end, like get access, click here now. We're going to go into more training on really catchy ads and stuff, but that's all I would do. Okay. You can see here, add more headlines, add more descriptions, add longer this, add longer that. Don't worry about the ad strength. So we have 2 descriptions. We have a whole bunch of headlines. We're going to click save. And there is an ad. Okay. Don't need to create multiple ads. You just need one, especially with dynamic search ads. Go ahead and click save and go to the next step. This is where we set the budget. We got $50 a day. There are many bid strategies here, and I clicked on it, okay? And you can read about them. I'll have a video in an upcoming module about it. But really what we want to focus on right now is just getting clicks. And the only option to get clicks that doesn't blow your budget is enhanced CPC. What that means is if I tell Microsoft right here to bid 45 cents per click, Microsoft has the ability to bid over that if they think they're going to get you better conversions, okay? I recommend you start your bidding at anywhere from 30 to 50 cents. If you don't get enough traffic within the first couple of days, I would up it by 5 cents a day until you start getting traffic. If you get too much traffic, you can always lower it, okay? So I'm going to just leave it here at the suggested bid of 45 cents per click. And what that means is if I can get a 50% opt-in rate and I pay 45 cents a click, I'm going to get leads for 90 cents, okay? So we're going to go ahead and use the account include conversion setting, campaign targets. Okay, we can review this. This is where you could set up device. I actually do recommend down the road looking at this because oftentimes smartphone will do way better than desktop. But for now, you can just leave this as is. I know we might have been having some issues at the time of this video we have with float funnels where it didn't look good on mobile. So I suggest you check that out. If it's looking fine on mobile, that's fine. If it's not right now, you could always just decrease mobile by 100 so that it doesn't show on mobile phones. You can always come back later and edit the campaign to remove that setting. And then you have advanced campaign settings. This is where you would set up like scheduling and do you want to do audience ads or ad distribution and things along those lines. Generally speaking, in Microsoft, okay, there are two types of ads, and there are like this in Google search as well. There's the actual search ad where somebody goes to Microsoft.com and says, how to get a rent-to-own home. And then there are syndicated ads where somebody's scrolling along CNN or something and they see a rent-to-own ad. Generally speaking, the syndicated ads in Google are horrible and you always want to turn them off. But in Microsoft, it's actually opposite. The syndicated ads oftentimes outperform the owned and operated. So I recommend you just leave all networks on and go from there, okay? I'm actually not going to turn off my mobile here, so I'm just going to go back and change that. And then we're going to go ahead and click save. And just like that, you have a campaign created, okay? So I'm going to show you in more and more videos how to optimize, what to look for, et cetera, in the upcoming weeks in this program. I will have a video that follows this that walks you through some basic optimizations, what to look for, when to pause, and all that kind of stuff. But for now, you just created your very first Microsoft Ads campaign, all right? And you will see it in a green dot. There you go, rent-to-own funnel at $50 a day. I'm going to go ahead and pause mine because I actually don't want to run the ads, but that's it. Okay, so that's it for this video, guys, and I will see you on the next. Take care.